Quite often, students have a query as to which are the best books available for preparation for CAT. In this video, I have tried to elaborate on this and share with you what are the parameters to see before you buy the book for CAT preparation. So let us have a quick look at the kind of books available currently in the market for QA. One of the books is Quantitative Ability for CAT, written by Ashu Jain. Other is How to Prepare for QA by Arun Sharma. Then we have a book by Mr. Nishit Sinha, another book by Savesh Verma, and there will be more books based on QA. Now, some of these authors and these publishers which I have mentioned here, they have also some books on DILR, and sometimes they also have books on VARC. Now, what are the features of a good book? Because I think unless we understand what constitutes a good book, we cannot decide which is a good book. So I feel the essential features of a good book for CAT should be, it should have theory and concepts which should be complete, accurate, and simple to understand for students. Because most of the time, students have difficulty in knowing the concepts or learning the concepts from the book. So if the book is not simple enough, it's of no use to us. It should be complete because if students do not get complete theory, they'll have to run helter-skelter for the concepts which are missing in that book. So again, that book would be of less use to the students. And what is maths without sufficient number of examples? So a good book should have sufficient number of examples to elaborate the concepts which are given in the same book. Of course, it should not only have solved examples, it should also have practice problems, because through solved examples, students learn the concepts, and through practice problems, they are able to apply those learned concepts to those new situations. So adequate number of practice problems is a must in a good book. And I feel in a good book, it should also contain lots of past years CAT problems, CAT, XAT, or IFT, maybe NMAT, SNAP. These are the main exams, and the book should have some questions from these exams, preferably chapter wise. Somewhere in the book, they should also mention CAT strategy concepts or fundamentals. Maybe in the initial part of the book, or while one is solving the questions, when you see the solutions of the question, it should also talk about what strategy one should follow while solving those questions. Now, having understood what constitutes a good book, which is the best book? So, based on the books available in the market, I feel all books are good enough, but because every book is unique, some books have some good features, some other books have some other good features, so it is very difficult for any of us to identify which is finally the best book. So what you should do is you should identify what suits you the best. If your if your concepts are not that good, you should look for that book which elaborates the basic concepts more easily. And if you're looking for a question bank kind of books, then you should look for those books where huge amount of or huge number of question bank is given in terms of solved examples, in terms of practice problems, or even past year's problems. One of the books I'll elaborate more. This is the book written by me myself. So in this book, the main features are these. The theory is broken into conceptual elements for better understanding of concepts. So every concept has some theory, and this is each element of that theory is elaborated very well and in a very simple language. As I said earlier also, a good book constitutes that which contains lots of solved examples. So in this book, you will see after every small concept is explained, it is followed by a decent number of solved examples so that students have a better grasp of those concepts. And at the end of each chapter, you will find lots of practice problems. In all, you have roughly more than 2000 or 2100 problems chapter wise. And those practice problems are followed by actual past years CAT problems, not only CAT, but also XAT and IFT problems. So that students get to see as to whatever concept they have learned so far, can they apply those concepts comfortably in those questions or not. In the initial few pages of the book, you will find some CAT strategy is discussed. Now, CAT strategy is one area which needs a little bit more elaboration because there is no general strategy for everybody, but there are some fundamental elements of the strategy which works for all the students universally. Those main points are discussed over there. Of course, that doesn't completely cover the personalized strategy which students are expecting, but I think this strategy also gives you a correct paradigm of knowing how to proceed for CAT preparation. In the same book, you'll also find lots of QR code links where if you scan those codes, you will get to see videos of the respective chapter. And each chapter has around 2 to 3 videos. So roughly 42 videos are there overall. So these are the main features of this book. Going further, for DILR preparation, I have not seen a perfect book so far in the market, but if you have to prepare for DILR, I feel there are a couple of options for you. One is that you may go through any of these books, but as I said, nothing is perfect. No book is perfect. So you will see a large quantity of questions, and you can solve those questions for your practice purpose. Second option is you can go through coaching institute material. So you know which are the well-known coaching institutes in India, and you can pick any one of those coaching institutes material for DILR preparation. You need not go through all coaching institute material. Just pick one coaching institute and do its material completely. That should be sufficient. Don't forget to solve the past year's CAT, XAT, IFT, SNAP, NMAT, DILR questions. You can easily find these past year's questions in the online on internet. So get hold of those questions and start solving them. Besides this, you should also look at section tests. So once you join a coaching institute, or suppose you take its material online, you can also opt for online section tests and mock tests, which are also there on their websites. So please do attempt section tests and mock tests. Now, I think these things are not available as such in any particular book. Even if some books are offering you some section tests or mock tests, and same thing applies for verbal ability and RC section also, they will be given in book format. That means they will be in the offline format. Now, nowadays, all exams of MBA entrance are online. So I think if the tests are given in the booklet form, that's okay. But that's an offline paper. You should finally practice in the online format. So you may start with offline practice, but gradually move on to online. So you have to come to online material, which could be available through some coaching institute's website or some other known websites. So as I said, no single book is sufficient in itself because no book contains all the good features. And even if it contains some of the great features, it still can't be a substitute for the online preparation. You need to attempt lots of section tests and mock tests in the online format. So books can be a great help, but they are not complete. Yes, books will help you definitely in the conceptual know-how. I have repeatedly said in earlier videos also and elsewhere also that to prepare for CAT, you need two things. One is conceptual know-how. Second is learning test-taking skills. So a good book can help you in developing the conceptual know-how of students. But I don't think they can help you directly in the learning of test-taking skills. So you should attempt section tests and mock tests in the online format. And as regards CAT strategy, which I already mentioned, you need some general principles of strategy, which are available in my book. But for personalized fine-tuning of strategy, you need to talk to the coaching institute people or the faculty over there so that you know where you are lacking in the strategy part of CAT and work your way accordingly. So important point to remember is that while going through a book, you should also attempt section tests and mock tests. This I have already reiterated multiple times. And in the process, you will learn these test taking skills, the most important skills for CAT or XAT preparation. Now, while you are going through a particular book, whether it's of DILR or it's of maths or it's of English, you need not attempt all the questions of all chapters, because any single book will have thousands and thousands of problems. I don't know, or I don't think you can solve all those questions thoroughly. So there is no need for that. You may stop the moment you understand, the moment you have got it, that you have understood the concept. So if a particular concept has, let's say, 50 questions, you may not do all 50 questions. You can only do 35 or 40 questions, if that helps you grasp the concept completely. It is also possible that while you are reading the book for CAT, some chapters you may not understand as thoroughly as some other chapters. And even if you have tried it repeatedly, maybe some chapters are elusive for you. In that case, you can either take the help of faculty, or you may leave the topic, or you may only learn the basics of that chapter and leave it at that. You may not go into in-depth details. So with this, I've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching this video. In case you have any query regarding what I've mentioned in this or what I've discussed in this video, you are free to contact me on this mentioned email ID. Thank you.